All right, we are going to be painting a monarch butterfly on our board here. For this, we're gonna need spray bottle, brushes, a sponge, some glitter. We're also gonna be using orange and black paint. And we have our image up on Google so that we can use that as a reference as we're painting. I'm gonna take a sponge and grab some orange paint. This is face paint. When you're actually working on a real person, you wanna make sure that you don't get in their eyes. So their eyes are actually gonna be closed when you do this part, but we're doing this on a face chart. So what you wanna do is you want to get in the corners of their eyes right in there, and then you want to bring that orange up till about here to a point past their eyebrows, like so, and then do that on the other side. And oftentimes kids will squinch their eyes, so you can just demonstrate for them. You can say, hey, open your eyes for a second and watch me. See how I'm squinting my eyes? Just close your eyes gently instead. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to come into the bottom here. Remember, their eyes are going to be closed, and you're just going to place a little bit of color on the bottom for the wing down below. And same thing on the other side. And make them as even as you can. And now what I like to do for monarch butterflies is, if you notice in the middle of the butterfly, there's a little bit of yellow. So I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow to the middle part to lighten that up a bit. And even a little bit of white, just to make it lighter in the center. All right, now what we can do is we come in with black. And for this, I'm using a Blazon brush by Marcella Bustamante. I hope I'm saying that right. It's a round number 4 brush. I love these brushes. So we get some black face paint on there. And then, oops, I got a little bit of drips there. So you wanna just line and then come to a point. And same thing on this side, line, and then come to a point at the end. And then you come down and come in, and you'll come into the corner of the eye. And you'll come in right to the corner like that. And then with monarch butterflies, they have a lot of black on the edges. So you just wanna darken all of that up. And same thing here. And of course, if you're doing this on a child, they're gonna be potentially moving. Sometimes you can't get your lines absolutely perfect, but you can anticipate when they're gonna move. And kids are usually pretty awesome when it comes to face painting. They usually stay really still. They're so excited to get their face painted. For the bottom part, you come up and you wanna meet your line to come to the corner of the eye, like so. And then I just kind of wiggle, 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 and then come around to the corner again. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. I'll even say those things to kids, like wiggle, 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 and they laugh. And same thing, the bottom has a lot of like black as well. And inside of this black area is where we can put all of those white accenting dots that gives it more interest. In the center, usually just put a little round circle for the head, a wiggle, 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 down to a point. What I'll do is rinse that brush and pick up a thinner brush, which is another Blazon brush. This is a round number 2. This comes down like that. And this will connect up, connect to that side, connect, and then this one will connect here. I like things to come to a really nice point, so I'm having it come to a point like that. There we go. Clean up your lines. Again, this might not be able to be this perfect if the kid's moving around. Come up, connect. And sometimes, depending on the kid, you can add a little bit of eyeliner above their eye, but it depends on their age. You can wiggle on the sides here, just kind of wiggle, 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 wiggle. I'm getting really detailed here because I just get lost sometimes when it comes to art. Some of this might not actually be able to happen if you're actually doing this with a kid. And in here, you have one line that comes all the way to the corner, another line that stops, another line that stops, stops, and stops. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So one long one, a medium, smaller, and then it stops. And then if you notice in a monarch butterfly, kind of has this little thing in the middle here. I don't know what you call that. A thing in the middle. And then that'll connect to that. And then connect all of those. All right, great. And then we need some antennas. Sometimes I'll just do antennas with like a little dot on the end and just straight down. But you could also get a little fancy here and you could like do a little dot and then this one could come around like that. And sometimes I'll have them be, actually I'll erase this so you can see. I do like a heart, just kind of fun. Got the little water there. So if I just do like a little dot and connect this one. There, their antenna, and the antennas make like a little heart shape, which is kind of fun. Kind of being a perfectionist right now. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, I like to round these corners here. I'm gonna go in with those white dots that you see in monarch butterflies. And I'm gonna do that with just straight white face paint. Got my white face paint right here. It's kind of dirty with all the other colors. All right, and we'll just make some dots. Just look at the picture. And if you don't have a picture, you can just pull it up on your phone. And it looks like these dots kind of vary in shape. Some are bigger, some are smaller. Some even have like, they're like long. Again, you might not be able to do this many dots on a child, but just a few here and there. And then you can add some details here. And also here. And you can even get some details right here in the corner. And also, right in the middle, following the shape inside. And these are optional. I'm just having fun painting. I just love painting. And none of this is what I see on the photo. I'm just adding highlights. There we go. All right. And then also what you could do is, if the child wanted, you could ask them if they want orange lipstick. I apply lipstick with a Q-tip most of the time. I'm just doing it with a paintbrush here because this is a face chart. But I apply lipstick with, I just use regular face paint and apply it with a Q-tip. There we go. Orange lips. And then last but not least, we'll add some glitter. And you want to add the glitter when it's still wet. You just sprinkle a little on there. Have the kids close their eyes, lean backward a little bit, and you can just get a little pinch of glitter. You could even put a little bit on the lips. And there you have it. Now we'll go and we'll do this on an actual child.